I'm going to walk you through the steps today of installing Veeam 13 VBR, the physical software that goes onto a Windows server. I'm not going to do a lot of narration on the actual install part, just to walk you so you can see the screens as it goes. Again, this is in my lab on a virtual machine, and it took about 35 minutes to install this. And then we're going to walk through connecting Cloudian and setting up the individual buckets for regular backups and immutable backups. So hang with us, and I'll get a little music going in the background, and we'll kind of walk through this. Well, of course, we've got to accept the license agreement, which we just did. Now we're going to drop down into the download directory. I've got an FR license. We'll pull that up. I'm not going to do update automatically, and I'm not going to receive support enabled. No need to do that. It's just in the lab. Tell it OK. It's going to check the license. I have a good friend that is all about Orchestrator, Tim Myers. So there are 20 licenses in here. If you've never checked out Orchestrator, you really need to. And then this is going to start the configuration check. It's going to add all the missing components and DLLs and all the things that needs to be put in there. You get to the screen, it says, hey, here's what's going on. Here's where it's at. Here's your different service ports. And then it's going to begin the install. Moving to Postgres SQL Server. And again, I did mention this takes about 35 minutes in my lab. I'm sure that if it was on a physical box full of RAM, or even like running on NVMe's or something along those lines, it would be blistering fast. But again, this is the lab. Here at the last section, finalizing and starting services, and boom, we're finished. And then we will crank that up. I double click the icon, and here's the start screen. Pops up your license in the middle. And here's what the version 13 screen looks like. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to install one of my hosts on here from the lab. Of course, you could put the entire vCenter on here and it will pull them all in, but I'm just doing one host. Throw the IP address in. And again, I like to label stuff. It matters, especially in a big environment. If you don't have stuff labeled, you can't find what you're looking for. Folks who know me, I'm an organizational freak. My workshop has just got labels all over the place. Okay, now we're going to pop some credentials in here. Screen we're looking for. Takes a second for it to come out and pull all the data that we're looking for. It's collecting all those goodies now. We're going to do next. It's telling us user in the ports. Sure enough. I love the new icons that are in the vSphere environment, the different things that they've done with them. It just gets cleaner over the years. I've seen it, God, all the way back to version 7, I think. And now we're back to the infrastructure. And from here, we're going to create a couple of the Cloudian buckets and some jobs. Okay, so as you can see, we've already got one S3 compatible bucket here. Okay, let's go back out to the Cloudian. Okay, and we'll cancel this. And we will go up to buckets and objects. Okay, I've created a couple buckets that are here. These are immutables. These are standard buckets. We're going to add a new bucket. And this is going to be bucket 3. And each region storage policy is default. Okay, we're just going to hit create. That's how hard it is to create a bucket. Now we're going to create an immutable one, and we're going to call this bucket 3. And we're going to tick this little mark here, and it turns green. That creates an immutable bucket. We're going to click create. It's going to tell us this is enabled, which is perfectly normal. Boom. That's how easy it was to create an immutable bucket. Okay. So let's go back over to our Veeam console, and we'll add an immutable bucket in here. Okay, we're going to do object storage. We're going to do S3 compatible, S3 compatible again, and this is going to be Cloudian number 3. And I just use that for immutable. Okay, and then we're going to do next, and let's get our service point address. Now we know this is just east, and that's very important. When you're putting this in there, if you've created this inside of the Cloudian as US-East-1 or 3 or 5, however you choose to do that, that region has to be correct. You'll get all kinds of really strange errors if you don't do that. So now let's go get our service point. And we'll go back up here. We're going to pull down onto our credentials. And here's all of our info. This is a service point address that we want right here. Just copy it. Put that right here. Now my credentials I have already set up. Okay. And this is available usually on the Cloudian Veeam group. Now remember, on our Cloudian, initially we are an administrator. We create a group that is called Veeam, and then I put users inside of that group because the granularity is controlled all the way down to the bucket level, but we're separating our Veeam people from other folks that may or may not be using the Cloudian because it can do multi-tenancy natively built in. All right, so here's our credentials, and we're going to do next. Don't worry about the certificate. We didn't put any of the certificates on it. It's not a problem. Now we're going to browse for the bucket, and we're going to go bucket 3. Okay, that's one we just created. And then we're going to go out here and do a folder. Okay, now we're going to right mouse click and add new. And this is going to be data 3. And then click the white space. We'll tell it OK from here. We're not going to adjust anything that's here. Make backups immutable. We definitely want to tick that. Next. It's going to put our mounts on there and our helper tools. They've already been installed, obviously. We're going to do an apply here. This is a part that's very important. When we get to here, the back, it's going to say what this is for. Okay, service point, there's our gateway direct connection. Backups will be immutable for the entire retention policy. That's what we want to set it for. Do finish. And boom, there's immutable bucket 3. Okay. And let's do one more. We'll just do a regular one. And we'll add a backup repository here. We're going to do object storage again. Compatible. S3 compatible. And then we're going to call this Cloudian number 3. Okay, because this is just going to be a standard bucket. Let's see if I still have it in there. And I do. We're going to change this to East. Okay, and go back to our credentials. And as you are probably very familiar with Veeam, if we had 2 or 3 different Cloudians that we were using from different locations and running backups through a console, we could pick those different credentials and store them in there, and according to what they were, we could pick them for the buckets are going to. Okay, this is a standard. We're going to go to bucket 3, and then we're going to do OK. And then we're going to do browse for a folder. There's not one. We're going to do a new folder. We're going to call this data 3. And then we're going to tell it OK. And from here, we don't need to check any of this because this is not immutable. This is a standard bucket. We're going to do next. And do next again. And then do apply. Do next from here. And again, you can see here that these will not be immutable. And we'll do a finish. Okay, so we've got 3 buckets that are here. These are the 2 that we just made. Now, in a follow-up video, I'm going to walk you through creating a sober. These are just individual backup buckets that we've done, repository buckets, and I'll show you how to create a backup, point to one of these. But just know that sobers are the way that we will normally want to use this for a multitude of reasons. But in this video, we're just going to talk about an individual buckets. So now let's go home. Okay, and we're going to do a backup job, and this is going to be a virtual machine. And we're going to call this Veeam AD test. Okay, and this is going to be a backup of host 1 AD server. And you can, choose to label these however you want. When I'm doing my backup jobs, I like to have the person's name that's doing them, what the job is about, the name of the job that's going to make sense. Because remember, some folks may have thousands of backups in there. So they're going to group them and do different things with them. But in the test environment in my lab, I'm just doing what I know. So when I go back to look at it quickly, I can see what's there. And then we're going to do next from here. And then we're going to go and we're going to add. Love this pick. There's my DNS box. Okay, and we're going to do next. Retention period is going to be 7 days. Backup repository created by Veeam. Nope. We're going to go out to a Cloudian bucket. We just want to put it in bucket 3. That's what we're going to do today. Okay. Keep certain backups longer. Again, this is not an educational video about Veeam. We could spend days going into all the different things that Veeam can do. Amazing product. And I have other videos that I'll talk a little bit more about it, but we're just creating a basic backup job. Okay. We're not going to enable any of these options that are here. We're doing next, and we're going to run this automatically. You know what? I tell you what we'll do. We're just going to go ahead and do an apply here. And then we're going to run this job so that it won't run automatically when we're finished. And now it's going to kick it off. We can see that it's running. And again, I'm in a virtual lab, so I'm not expecting this to have this blistering throughput. But our job is underway. So we'll double click this. It's going to bring up our job is started and what's going on from there. And that's how quickly you can build those buckets, set this up, and begin running a job. So look for some other videos that are out there. We'll talk about sobers. We'll talk about configure things for the best performance with object storage in Cloudian and how to keep it clean and moving along on a regular basis. Thanks so much for watching.